Well, hello.
From our YouTube room. It's time for a scary true ghost story. Story time.
Yeah, well, first we gotta introduce ourselves. We're Echo Travel Adventures. We are mainly a travel channel. We do a lot of things in Central Florida and Florida area. We try to venture out outside the state, but for the most part, we stay in Florida. We do some of the theme parks as well, but we're trying to explore Florida because Florida has a lot more to offer than just the theme parks.
And we used to have a paranormal group, so we're trying to get back into that. We do take it seriously. As we are recording, I do have this on.
What is this?
It's Ghost Tube.
Oh.
It has EMF, and there's over 350 words because little Robert is behind us,
Yes.
and he likes to talk
Every once in a
and
while.
sometimes move. So if you hear another voice, it's from this, and if it does happen, I'll show you because down here it shows the words and the EMF, and you can see all that. See? So if anything happens, I'll show you guys it.
Yes. So, other thing too is...
It's just that.
Other thing is that we are... so we do have over 329 videos to be exact. So we're not just a paranormal channel, so we do have some travel stuff. Just take a gander if you feel like it. We do try to post Tuesday and Thursday. We did miss a week. Sorry.
It happens. We got a little bit busy, and then by the time it was too late, so we apologize for that. We're trying to get to at least 1,000 subscribers because we want to go live when we go to the parks, or if we have story times.
Or anywhere else that we do.
Yeah, anything fun that we want to do with you guys because we want to get to know you guys. Just like you're getting to know us, we're opening up a lot more. We will hope to get to 1,000 to get to that level.
We are really active on Instagram. She's playing around with TikTok, so we got a lot of things that we try to get on different platforms because I know you guys are all out there. But this is our main way of communicating and stuff. So besides Instagram. So, but on to our
long intro. We know.
I know.
We just like to put it out there on our videos. So hopefully you didn't fast forward through it.
No. I'm not going to tell you when we start a story either. So ghost stories are kind of not hard to come up with because we have a lot. Because we had like Amber said, we did have
We did have
a paranormal group. We were mainly out of Southern California when we had the channel.
It was called DPS.
Yes.
Do you want to tell them what DPS stands for?
DPS stands for Duncan Paranormal Society. We had a small group of up to, I think at the height was 12 members.
We got really good. We were, people came up to us several times, producers, and I know it might happen a lot, but we were very professional, and they saw it, and they wanted us to do TV shows.
Yeah.
But we...
Portal.
Okay,
so the first
Tiffany.
Tiffany.
So, Portal and Tiffany just came out.
Tiffany, you are a new member of our fan bam.
And it said Portal before Tiffany.
Tiffany? Well, Tiffany, your name was announced.
I can show it to you better. So it said Portal and then it said Tiffany.
Yeah. Which is weird. Not weird that it came up.
It's pretty cool though.
Story. So we did a lot of different investigations in Florida. We did our last story, so we'll link it down below and up here. Of our last ghost story, we talked a little bit about what we experienced when we had a little training center for our group.
Like I said, we were really good at it.
Yeah.
We knew we were good. Our members were very professional.
We had hard expectations. We had a strenuous training program.
We didn't fake any of our evidence. Every story we have from it is true.
Yeah.
Whether it was me or Brian, or me and Brian, either or we were always with another member. We never we were never by ourselves, ever. So that's why we have stories, is because we're always with somebody.
But today, I think we're going to change things up.
We are?
Yeah. So before we had the paranormal group, before we even met each other, I have a scary story. And
that'll lead into the next story?
Maybe.
We might have time for it, so it might be a long video.
Yeah. So, well, my story goes, not to sound that's all about me, but it's not. My family was stationed in Okinawa, Japan.
In what year was this?
In between 98 and 2002. So we did a lot of different things there. We did a lot, not a lot of traveling, but we did a lot of things on the island, like festivals and stuff. Well, I worked at Burger King. I know. And as a 16-year-old, and I befriended an Okinawan. Me and him we got pretty close, and I hung out with him and his wife, and at the time 4-year-old daughter, which I just saw 2 years ago. Graduated high school. So how old am I? I know that's bad. It's like when you see little kids that used to hang out with graduate from high school. So anyway, it was myself, my Okinawan friend, and his wife. We go to this place called Peace Park. Peace Park is the final stand that the Japanese did against the Americans during the Battle of Okinawa. And so we went and we started. His wife didn't want to go out of the car. Like Amber, she felt that she was an empath and could experience things that are more than what me and you normal people can see. Not to say you're not normal, but
I'm special.
so me and him decided we were going to go. Well, we started walking, and we get to the point where we really can't go any further. We call it hitting a wall. So we kind of got this, like, okay, well, maybe we just need to turn around and come back. So we started coming back, and at this point, the wind was blowing at our face, but I kept on feeling...
Buried?
Buried.
B-U-R-I-E-D.
Buried. Okay.
All right.
So we were walking, and I kept on feeling rocks being kicked up at my feet. And I was like, what? Okay. And I thought maybe it was a little rocky, a little gravelly, and I was like, maybe I'm just kicking when I'm walking, I'm kicking up rocks and it's hit me in the back of the leg. Well, I looked down, and we had a little flashlight, and I saw leaves defying physics, and blowing and going up against the wind. I was like, ooh, okay. Well, at this time, he's on the right side, I'm on the left. He turned around and decided that he wanted to run away, which, as a former owner of a paranormal group, you do not run. You just walk. So I drop an explicit because he's running, and I'm like, I ain't being here by myself. I was 17 years old at the time, so I start running with him. Well, it goes into a different story because I was running cross country and track at the time. Relatively fast runner, even though I'm fat now. I could not get up to full speed. It was as if something was holding me back from running. And so we get to the car, and his wife's freaking out because he's like, what happened? You know, they're talking in Japanese. And I'm like, dude, what the heck happened? He turned around and goes, I saw Japanese soldiers in the woods. I was like, I didn't see nothing. And yeah, I'm getting chills now. So that was kind of like a weird story. I know it's not really scary, but at the time, it was scary. It was scary. I was frightened.
But it led you back to do something else.
Yeah, so it kind of made a passion in me. Kind of like, you know what? What is after death? I mean, as a Christian, I believe that you go up and see Jesus, but why are there spirits? Why are these there? So it started asking questions that I didn't know the answer to or how to find the answer. And so that kind of just led to the paranormal group.
Also, if you guys keep an eye out on little Robert, like we said earlier, he does move. So if he moves at all in this video, please let us know.
Yeah.
Because we have had experiences with him.
Yeah. So now on to you, Miss Amber.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of led you into your curiosity of the paranormal? And go. No pressure.
Okay, so is it before I met you at Nana's house, or are we talking about
Whenever you
29 Palms?
whatever you
Because
wanna
it's
share.
both things
Whichever you want to share.
that I'm a little scared to talk about from Nana's house. Okay, I am reluctant to tell this story because I know it happened to me. I felt it happened to me, but I feel like no one's gonna believe me, and I don't know what it means as it happened.
Stop recording.
Whoa.
What? Stop recording. So I shouldn't say that story then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Whoa, I got chills. Holy crap. Put your hand behind me real quick.
Little Robert, is that you speaking to us right now? Sorry, we need to go in like investigation mode. Little Robert, was that you telling us to stop recording? Or is that Big Robert from East Martello Museum that's visiting us right now? Something changed, you guys, in this room. Like it's a different feeling right now. It's hard to explain. Like it's like electricity.
Mm-hmm.
And you know when you're like can't breathe, you know, like and then you feel the electricity. That's how I feel. Is that
Mm-hmm.
okay? So I obviously can't tell that story right now, you guys. So it's gonna be another story time when I tell that story from Nana's house. I was told not to tell it and to stop recording. But
Which is weird because I told you not to tell that story on the way home.
it's true. That's why I said, which one do I tell? Okay, so that's gonna be another time, like we said. We're gonna keep rolling through this. I don't think we're gonna edit this part at all.
Mm-mm.
It just feels really weird.
Take it here.
Wait, what? What is that? It's tapping, but I don't know from where.
Sometimes we can hear the fireworks from the theme parks.
No, this was like that's us tapping on the table below us. But it didn't sound like around here.
No, it's out here.
Okay, so do I have a story time? Or do we just kind of see what happens? Or should we just like kind of investigate in here?
No, we have a rule. Well, I have a rule. I don't think she obeys it all the
I have
time.
not used my pendulum though.
I don't believe in investigating my own home for obvious reasons.
That was really weird. So we got. What were the words that we got?
Not.
Not. Did it tell you not to do that? Guys, we can't put words into this. Little Robert.
Oh, I'm shaking. Holy crap.
They can't see Little Robert. This is Little Robert. We got him from East Martello when we went to visit Robert the doll. So this is when we talk about, we see him move.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't heard anything from him.
Mm-mm. And this is no way of trying to contact him. It is just
We're trying to figure out.
there's somebody to grab him. I don't know.
See, but I think Robert protects us. Like, he's not a bad spirit at all. Robert is not a bad spirit. Little Robert is a little bit more mischievous, I think. But he's still a good. And we do take care of him. We clean him up and we make sure he looks good. Did you want to talk to us, little Robert? Do you want to hold this and see if it does anything? And I'll hold little Robert up. I think little Robert wants to talk, but he told us to not record. So do we stop recording or stop telling that story?
I'm afraid not to record, to be honest with you.
Because you think something's going to happen with him?
Donald.
Donald? Brian, that's the name of your grandpa. You have to show it.
Wow.
It said Donald. D-O-N-A-L-D. I'm sure you guys heard it.
Holy crap, I got the chills. I just was thinking about my grandpa.
When?
Just now.
Before it said Donald?
Yeah.
Well, that's your grandpa. Let's put little Robert back. Alright, little Robert. Let's sit you back. Let's put your feet up, okay? Are you good? Let's make you look nice. Has 350 words, and that's the EMF.
That was weird.
But you said sometimes with your grandpa you can still smell his cigarette smoke?
Yeah, no, it was his Brute aftershave. Every once in a while you just, okay? Because we don't have Brute. Well, this didn't go as to plan.
Usually never does with spirits.
No.
So, I guess this is a cool little thing of how we investigate. You guys can see it, and one of the tools that we kind of use. I wonder, let me see. Okay, so I'm going to change this app. I'm going to close out of it, and I'm going to open a different app. And this is one that you pay for. This is the one?
Here's the thing, though. It's created by Unity, which is a gaming app
Right.
developer.
So that's why I want to try it. To see if we can get anything. Start. I don't know. So maybe it's just put the other one then. There it goes. Okay, so we're using this app. If you guys hear anything, let us know.
Helen?
Ian? Are you with us, little Robert?
Give.
Do you hear anything? No. Is Grandpa Don with us? Okay, guys, I'm gonna try to add white noise to it. Let's add white noise. Hello, what's your name? Do you have questions?
You kind of just go.
Let's add an echo. It's hard to hear that one, huh?
Can't hear it at all.
Okay, let's add a reverb. No. We'll leave it like this settings.
No.
Is that you making noises?
I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of this app just because it's made by a game company.
But if you guys hear anything, please let us know in the comments. Or if you want to screenshot it, email it to us. Or if there's a message for you, please let us know. Should we go back to GhostTube?
Yeah, that's better.
Let's see if there's any. Alright, let's go back to GhostTube.
It smells so good.
So we are back to this.
So here's another ghost story.
You want to start another ghost story? Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't have one. It's fine.
Well, you were here. You were there.
Oh, it does detect EMF because,
It's a speaker.
yeah. Well,
Maybe not.
this is off though. It's a speaker.
The computer is right here, probably.
Okay, so we can turn that off. Speaker's turning off. We're gonna use just my phone, like how we were earlier, and see if we get anything else.
Our government spy is now off for the night. I'm just kidding. One of the great things that we got to do when we had our paranormal group was we did a fundraiser.
Oh yeah.
And it was just a shot in the dark. Honestly, we had this big all right, let's rewind. So when I was in the Navy, I was able to communicate with a lot of different sites and do retreats and all that kind of stuff. So one of the thoughts that came to my mind was like, I can go to the Queen Mary and do retreats there. So we go and everything, and I started working with one of the ladies there. And though we weren't able to do retreat because it was just over our budget, we had talked about our paranormal group and going over there. And she's like, yeah, just reach out to us whenever you want to do it. So we reached out and we were able to do a fundraiser where I think it was like $600 to go for up to, I think, 10 people.
And it was supposed to be only for like 2 hours.
Yeah. And we had to be escorted by a security guard and all that kind of stuff. So we put out an ad and we had like 5 or 6 people, 7 people go. And so we had 2 different packages. We had one package that included dinner. The other package included just was the thing. And so.
But we did have rules.
Yeah.
Closed-toed shoes. Wear dark colors.
Yeah.
Because if you wear light colors
on an
on an IR camera, you can see a lot of stuff.
It's see-through. True story. True story. So we did all this. We got everything. So we had, I think, a total of 6 people. One person canceled, but it was non-refundable. So we were able to do all this cool cool thing. So we get
Brian's
there.
making noises.
I know.
guys.
I'm playing with our last Kawaii Club. Sorry.
Put it away.
So we get there, and on the bill, like the events for the night, it had Duncan Paranormal Society. It was like so cool. Oh my
It was
God.
really cool.
So we meet up with our security guard. We get everybody there, and we start walking around. And there's another tour that does it with. I want to say her name was Erica.
I don't remember. Honestly, it was a really long time ago.
But Eric, the lady name, if her name is Erica, if you go back to Ghost Hunters when they went to the Creamery, she was the one that was their escort throughout the ship to show them where all the hot spots were and all that kind of stuff.
Before they started putting evidence in
Speakers and all that
and
fun
things
stuff.
like that.
So she was known to do ghost tours, and she had her own tour that was going to start like an hour or two before us. And we go with our security person, and it was just amazing.
It was amazing, so fun.
He took us to places, and he let us hang out a lot in places that we weren't
allowed to go,
or weren't allowed to stay there
we
that
got
long.
to go inside the pool for like 30 minutes. So our tour was way longer than 2 hours.
Yeah.
He took us into a lot of places, and he even said, I got more evidence with you guys than I ever have.
Yeah. So we went below the waterline into this big old bay area.
Where they took out all the metal.
Yeah. So they were harvesting the metal.
Because there's a bridge. We walked through the bridge. So there's a bridge, and then there's like just this whole space.
Yes.
So it's just a shell.
Yeah. It was. So they're recycling the metal and all that kind of stuff, which was, I guess, kind of neat to know that they do that. But we're sitting here, and you could hear the waves and fish or whatever hitting against the ship, and we're like, okay, that's not paranormal. And then all of a sudden you hear ka-clunk, 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 ka-clunk above us on the catwalk. We look up, now there's holes in the catwalk. Now, Erica, if that's her name, wears heels for the most part. And like...
But afterwards as well, that's when we saw the shadow walk from half of the bridge part to the right.
Right. And you could still hear the hills.
Clicking.
And you could look up and you can see the shadow, but you can't see anybody. Now, she is known to go through to make sure everything's closed up and everything, but
our security guard on the radio said, hey, we're still doing it, and they were fine with it because there's no one else there. They're going to be there for the rest of the night anyway.
Well, he even radioed too and said, hey, where is Erica's group? And they're like, over here. And he's like, that's nowhere near us. And he got scared. I mean, he got real scared.
He was real close to us. He got close to me and Brian a lot.
Yeah.
And we would joke and have fun and hang out with them. But when stuff did happen, we were like, let's go find out what happened.
So we went to this one ballroom after this, and we saw a dark figure walk out. So we thought it was Erica's group, because we kind of climbed on top of them a little bit, because it was just our group.
I heard footsteps through the door. Remember, we're in the engine room, and I heard footsteps, and I said, hey, is anybody there? And he goes, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And then we stayed quiet, and I kind of ran through the door to like catch him by surprise, whoever it was, and like, oh, there's still a group here. Okay, we're fine. Sorry, guys, don't mean to do that. When I walked through, like, we looked like nobody's here, and he shines his light everywhere.
Yeah.
And we're like, no one's here.
Right. Well, and that was like, so we had a lot of those different circumstances where we would see somebody, and we thought we were on top of that group again, and no one was there, and we actually thought we saw Erica go in to this ballroom, shut the door. We go in there like within 30 seconds, and no one was in there. And there were stairs that she would not have been able to get to the stairs and go up the stairs in the amount of time for us to go through the door. So I mean, we fully believe that the Queen Mary is haunted.
Well, not only that, but when we went to the pool area, where
Maybe.
God, this thing scares the crap out of me every time it says
it
something.
said maybe it's haunted. You think it says maybe haunted because you said it's haunted? It says
Whoa.
maybe. Okay, so then.
Sorry for that. I just jumped.
So then when we go to the portal area and the bathrooms where the pool's at, it did feel different. Like you felt like wobbly, but we're like, oh well, maybe it's because of the tile. Like when people walk, like maybe they walk differently. But it was a different feeling.
It was a lot of fun though. Yeah, I mean, there's
We
just
didn't
a
get
lot
to go
of,
on the sub though. We couldn't
No.
go on the sub, and we couldn't go on something else.
No, it was a sub that we were able to do everything on the ship, but we weren't able to go on the sub because we had maximized our time with him.
Otherwise,
that
he
time.
would have let us.
Yeah.
And he took us. You know when they had the haunted house on Queen Mary? On Queen Mary? I don't know how. But when they have the haunted house on there, he took us through those parts too. And he
Yeah.
goes, "These are some creepy parts." And I was like, "Well, probably because you have the haunted house."
Yeah. So that's my feeling. One thing about the East Martello, I'm sorry, I had to see how much time has been on this. One thing about East Martello that they don't do is these kind of ghost events during the Halloween season. They might start doing that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we're not sure. I mean, we do talk to David Sloan, the author of a book about Robert the Doll. That one's pretty detailed, and it gives a lot of information, and that's where we get our information from, and also by talking to him and another ghost hunter, Kevin.
Yeah. So they used to do some sort of like events there
Before COVID.
Yeah, and it's unique. I really like places that are known to be haunted to leave it there and let it be that, and not do like haunted mansion type things like spook scares and stuff, because I feel like it's disrespectful to the spirits. That's not to say that they shouldn't do it. That's just my opinion about it.
Yes. We do, in this playlist, we're going to add this ghost story to this playlist. It also has Robert the Doll in there as well.
Yeah.
So if you want some spooky times before spooky season, or if you like our ghost stories, because I can't tell mine now. I have to wait for another time because it said to stop recording.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, that was pretty cool. An impromptu investigation-ish.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and close out from here.
So it might be long. We're going
It
to
will,
try
yeah.
not to edit this a lot and just kind of let it go through. So that way you guys can see everything.
Yeah. But if you made this far, thanks for watching. We know that it's not what you normally see when we're in our YouTube room. But it's summer. It's kind of humid still outside at night. And there's a lot of bugs. And we don't want to get eaten up.
If you have any places that you want us to go check out, like haunted places, definitely tell us. We have our equipment that we will take with us. We can kind of do this little setup too as well. Whether it be a cool cemetery, an abandoned place. But we do need permission first because we're not going to go somewhere and trespass.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
if you have them, email us, TikTok us,
DM us on Instagram.
email us, comment, any of that stuff. Like, we're so open to a lot of this. And not just because it's Halloween, because we do it all year long.
Right. But thank you guys so much for making it this far. And thank you for watching. And we'll definitely see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.